Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your July 2022 love and romance reading. This is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I know a lot of people like to check out their love and romance reading, like to check out their Venus sign for love and romance. So we are of course, including the Venus folk as well. You might stumble upon this video way after July. That's just fine. You're going to find it whenever you're meant to find it. So be sure that you keep that in mind, and keep in mind it is a general reading. Not every single message will resonate. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And you may want to check out your other placements, because some months other placements might resonate more than whatever this placement happens to be for you. Okay, let's see what's going on, my dears and my darlings, my lovely Taurus friends. We're gonna get right on here a little bit closer and see what's coming up with the Taurus energy. It's your energy coming up here in the very, very beginning. This is King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles obviously traditionally is oftentimes an earth sign person, a Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo. So some of you could be dealing with a fellow earth sign. Some of you may be feeling extra earthy. As we're coming into July, you may very much be in your element or staying grounded, despite whatever is happening in your astrological chart. Now, the King of Pentacles, when it comes to love and romance, comes in with a few different energies for me in my readings. First and foremost, it can indicate that some of you are meeting somebody through your work. You may be meeting somebody through your work or through investments, like educating yourself about money, looking at investments, doing something financially related. Because the King of Pentacles has the energy of taking your resources, your talents, and putting them to use to create profit, to create abundance. So some of you may be doing this, and you're meeting somebody along the way who is very much this King of Pentacles kind of energy, or King of Pentacles, King of Tentacles. That's a whole nother preference right there. We won't get into that. King of Pentacles. Gosh, what a tongue twister. I can't speak tonight. King of Pentacles energy here could be somebody who's, just really good at investing and, finding ways of expanding their resources. It could also be someone who really enjoys physical pleasures, and maybe this is something that you're wanting or that you are manifesting, right? Maybe some of you are just in the energy where you're like, look, I don't need to have philosophical conversations and political debates. I don't need to talk about the cosmos. I don't want to talk about business. I don't want to talk about how things went, in my day. I just want to come home and relax. I just want somebody, we're going to eat some good food, maybe watch some good stuff on TV or listen to some good music. The word I can't say, have some good Lex, rhymes with Lex. You might just be in this mindset of you're looking for physical comforts. In an existing relationship, the King of Pentacles or the Queen of Pentacles sometimes comes up to say that we may be trying really hard to bond or create a closeness with the person. And the answer here is to start by creating a physically comfortable environment. Like, create a space that is comfortable to be in, that somebody looks forward to coming home to, make the space homey, make the space a home, right? Make somebody feel comfortable to come home, and enjoy being in that atmosphere or enjoy being in that environment. Create a sense of ambiance, okay? So this could sometimes come up in a reading, to just be in that energy as a way of, bringing you guys closer together, getting conversations going, getting some bonding going, getting that physical spark back. A lot of it can happen sometimes through just coming together over physical necessities like shelter and food and entertainment is not a necessity, but it's, you know, it's we need some kind of entertainment to keep from going crazy, you know. So some of you can be turning your attention to physical aspects of the relationship, and then other things fall into place. The next card, oh, one more thing. Some of you have heard me say this. King of Pentacles comes in with a really special meaning for me in my readings, in that sometimes King of Pentacles comes up when there's an opportunity that we're being offered that we really want it. We're like, wow, this sounds amazing. But we think that there's some kind of a mistake that this is being offered to us. We think maybe I left a super uh, impressive impression on these people. They think I'm better than I actually am. If they really knew the real me, they wouldn't offer me this. You know, they're going to hate me. They're going to get rid of me. You know, like, it sounds great, but I'm not good enough for it, and I'm not ready for it. And we're tempted to turn it down. Usually this is like a work kind of situation, or collaboration, or just like something having to do with work. But it can also be in your love life. You might be looking at this person like, they want me? Like, what? They want me? They must be mistaken. They must, you know, they must think of me better than I actually am. And you might be kind of feeling like you want to turn this person away. But the whole thing about the King of Pentacles for me in my readings, it comes in with the message that if you weren't ready for this, it wouldn't be here now. And if you weren't good enough for it, it wouldn't be offered to you. It's here because you're ready. It's here because you deserve it. So some of you maybe are feeling like this person is advanced from you in some way, whatever that might be, in terms of education, in terms of background, in terms of financial situation, in terms of whatever it might be. You might think that they're super hot, and you might be like, why, like, you know, it could be anything that you might be feeling insecure about. But this person sees you and wants to be with you. The next card that's coming up here is the Eight of Pentacles. So far we've got a lot of pentacles, a lot of earth energy, a lot of grounded energy, staying grounded, staying focused. And again, this could be that a lot of you, your love life is being influenced by your work life. Eight of Pentacles comes in with the energy of carving out the details. Like, this isn't a time that we have to rush. We need to take a moment here and kind of regroup and carve out the details and pay attention to how we're going to proceed or what needs to be done. It's a card that comes up when we're finalizing plans, or figuring out plans, figuring out blueprints, figuring out procedures, the steps, the details. And so some of you may be having some very, I don't want to use the word serious, but you may be having some like get down to business conversations here with your person about the long term, about the future, about the bigger picture. Where are you all headed? What are you all doing? I feel some of you may be getting together with someone in terms of building, like building a property, building a space. I just heard going off grid. Maybe some of you are manifesting someone you're going to go off grid with. Maybe some of you are manifesting, somebody that you're going to, help you with, getting settled into a space, planting, growing your own food. For some reason, I'm getting that feeling and that vibe here. Obviously, it's a general reading. It's not going to be for every single one of you, but for some reason, I just kind of saw flashes of that real quick. With the Eight of Pentacles also, as I said, like, this is not a race against the clock. This isn't something that you have to rush or you have to hurry. Eight of Pentacles can also come up when we are expanding our skills, or we're studying something that's going to be really worth our while, what am I trying to say here? Worth your while later. And I feel here's for some of you, this could be something in terms of Get ready for it. Some of you may be dealing with someone who has a different cultural background or a different religious background, and they may present you with books or material that they want you to read or they want you to study. And you might say, look, I'm not ever gonna be this, like I'm not going to fully 100% assimilate into this culture, or I'm not going to convert into this religion. And they might tell you, okay, Taurus, look, I understand that, but I feel in order for you to understand me and understand how things are going to be around my family, I need you to understand the mindset, or I need you to understand the teachings. I need you to understand really in this environment, like what is acceptable, what isn't acceptable, so that when we are in this aspect of my life, everything goes smoothly. And so I feel for some of you, it would help the relationship drastically if you would just learn the way things are done, learn the mindset. I don't feel like anybody's trying to convert you. I mean, obviously, they might be very happy if you did, because it would make their friends and their family happy, but it's not about converting you. It's just like, please understand me. Please understand where I come from. Or vice versa. Maybe you're telling this person, look, I don't expect you to convert. I don't expect you to assimilate to my culture, but these are just some things that will make things run so much smoother if you just learn about it and know about it. So I feel there may be some kind of like academic study here or academic reading here and understanding somebody's background or where they're coming from. Again, this is a general reading. It's not going to be exactly for every single one of you, but that is one of the messages here I'm seeing. Or alternatively, maybe somebody's wanting to get serious with you and they're like, look, I want to get married in my church, and you have to take classes for that, or we have to meet with the minister or the pastor or the priest or whatever once a week, and we got to do relationship counseling, marital counseling through the church or through the organization before we can get married there. And you might think it's a waste of time, but there's going to be some pearls of wisdom in there for you. There's going to be some things that later you'll be able to really say, man, I'm really glad I learned that. That was a great technique, or that was a great way to communicate, or man, we're really putting this to use. So it might be something that you're like, kind of like, is it really necessary? But it would be worth your while in the long run. The next card that's coming up here for you all is the Queen of Swords. This could be an air sign person. So air sign people would be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. I almost drew a blank here for a second. Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. If you have earth sign placements, there could be changes or shifts happening here in those areas of your life. You may be meeting somebody through those houses or areas of your life. But I'm going to tell you right now, Taurus, I am feeling a sense of boundaries here with this Queen of Swords. And I feel a lot of you are coming into the element or coming into the energy of boundaries. Now, this is the thing, Taurus. You guys had a really interesting reading that came up for you all. I don't know if it was the June love reading or if it was one of the weeklies. I feel like some of you had a really interesting reading a while back about like being in something for love or being in something for money. However, we have a lot of pentacle cards here and we don't have a whole lot of cups. I don't feel like this is a loveless relationship. I just feel like the approach here is very practical. And maybe you're thinking, Taurus, in the past, you're like, well, before I let my heart get all invested here, let me make sure we're on the same page. Let me make sure we're on the same page. Let me make sure we want the same things. Like, you're looking at it in a really practical way. And you're looking at it in like an everyday kind of life way. Can I live with this person? Are they gonna drive me nuts? Are we compatible in our lifestyles? Are we compatible with our views of money? Are we compatible with our beliefs and our goals and our priorities? So I feel you're in this energy of like getting down to business. And as I said, I do feel like for some of you, you're dealing with a person that really wants you to learn about like their way of doing things or their customs or their traditions or their beliefs. And the Queen of Swords for some of you is going to be laying down boundaries and just kind of laying down an understanding of like, you know, here's where my boundary is. And here are some things that I'm willing to give and I'm willing to understand, but here are some things that I cannot accept. I cannot accept, and I just don't feel it's right. Or, you know, I don't want to be spoken to in a certain way, or I don't want to be treated to in a certain way, or these are certain things that I'm not going to conform to, right? Or like, I need your friends or your family to meet me halfway here. Like, here's certain customs that I'm not comfortable with, okay? I won't call anybody out, but in my culture, the culture I grew up in, the women just tend to do like if we have company and guests come over, the women all get together and help each other clean up after. And it's a cultural thing, and I know it can be seen as really degrading or really disrespectful, but over time, I mean, that's just the way it was for us growing up. So, like, for a lot of us, like my cousins and stuff, we just kind of see it as like we're like laughing and talking in the kitchen, and it's kind of like a bonding moment. And one of the guys from my family married a girl who's not from our culture. And so it was kind of like a few of us were kind of like, she doesn't offer to help. Like we kind of felt a little bit insulted, you know, that like she would not pick up and she would not join us and she would not help us. And a couple of the girls in the family said something about it, and you know, she wasn't happy. And ultimately what ended up happening was she just drew this boundary and she was like, I'm not going to do it. I don't think it's fair. The guys aren't doing it. I'm not going to do it. And she had that boundary. And so there's some things about our culture that she um deals with that she's respectful for, but or respectful towards, but that was like one thing that she was like absolutely not. Like that was her boundary. And that's her boundary, right? Like we have to respect that. And so some of you may be in some kind of a similar situation where you might feel like you're being asked to do something and you're like, no, that's a hard boundary. That's a hard line. I don't want to say negotiating, but you may be clarifying with this person. Here's where I'm willing to meet you, and here's where I can't meet you, right? And maybe it's not cultural things, maybe it's other things. Maybe it's gender roles in the relationship. Maybe it's something else, some other aspect where you're like, this is a hard line, this is a no. So, Taurus, I feel like you guys are just getting down to business here, right? Like how this relationship is going to work, what the future is going to look like, what the expectations are. I don't feel this is a loveless relationship. I do feel you might be a little bit guarded and you just want to make sure things are going to move smoothly moving forward before you go getting all lovey-dovey with this person, or before you really, really, really open your heart fully. I do feel a bit of a guarded energy. The next card here is the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is a very positive card in general, but a lot of you who watch my readings, you know I get excited for the person I'm reading for or the people I'm reading for when I see Ace of Pentacles, because it has a little bit of a special meaning for me. Now, Ace of Pentacles traditionally is like contracts, offers coming in. It could be really good news financially, a promotion, a new job, a new contract. So as I said, some of you, as you're working on your financial goals, you may be aligning with somebody. You may be meeting somebody very specific, If you're already in a committed relationship, there may be finances coming in that you and your partner now are talking business. What are we going to do with this? How are we going to apply it? How are we moving towards the future? But there could be a financial blessing on this relationship. The thing that makes me so happy about the Ace of Pentacles when I see it coming up for people, you have to keep in mind that the Pentacles cards are about energy. So yes, money is a way that we measure energy. Energy, we can't see it. So we created money as a way of measuring energy and time. But it's really about energy. And so the Ace of Pentacles for me in my readings comes up to say, you're breaking out of generational curses. You're breaking out of inherited lower vibrational energies. You're breaking out of long time blocks, and you're upgrading, you're leveling up. So your opportunities are leveling up. Higher tier, higher standard, upgrade, 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 upgrade. Energetic upgrade. This is also a form of spiritual evolution. You're restructuring your spiritual DNA. Be gentle with yourself. Go slow with yourself. Give yourself time to rest. It's a lot of releasing that comes up when I see the Ace of Pentacles. But this is a way of saying you're breaking out of the old habits and patterns and dysfunctional energies that have ran through your family line. And this is an upgrade. Okay, this is coming into higher frequency, higher vibration. The relationship is ascending, it's evolving, or you are manifesting more ascended, higher vibrational partners. Hence, some of you might be like, this person wants me. Yeah, because you're on that level, you're on that tier. You deserve to be there. You're an equal to this person. They're not above you. The next card coming up here for you all is the Hanged Man. And so the Hanged Man is a major arcana card. So this is telling us that this is something we came here to experience if it's major arcana. And the Hanged Man is a card that asks us to look at a situation from a different angle, from a different perspective. And so what I feel like this is going to be, Taurus, is I feel like this is someone that on practical levels, physical levels, this is someone you're very compatible with. This is someone you can have a really great life with. There are some things here that need to be figured out in terms of boundaries and in terms of what you're willing to give and what you're willing to take. So I feel like the Hanged Man is coming up to say, don't be quick to immediately say absolutely not. Ask yourself, what is it about the situation that's making me want to say absolutely not? And what might be a solution to it? What might be a counter offer that I could present that they might be comfortable with, right? For example, I gave you the example of the person that's in my family. There are other things that she realizes around my family is like to the older members of my family is like disrespectful, and she's very respectful of that. When she knows the older people are around, there's certain things she won't do or she won't say. But when it comes to cleaning up, she's like, no, absolutely not, hard line, right? So there may be things like this that you're figuring out with someone, right? Like, so if something is absolutely not, ask yourself, is it really absolutely not? Or is there some kind of a compromise that I can offer? Is there something that I can offer to meet this person halfway? Because I don't feel like this is a controlling person. I don't feel like this is a bad person in any way. I just feel like there are situations here in terms of, being in the energy of um, finding finding what you agree on, working out the details. And so the Hangman is just asking you to see things from a different perspective, a different angle. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign. If this is none of those, sometimes, some months, your other placements might resonate more, and it can vary from month to month, so you may want to check that out. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description of the video that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite. and you can schedule a private reading with me there. There's a link in the description of the video that will take you to the weekly forecasts where I talk about everything other than love. And I also do a daily message as well. I'm a busy bee on this channel, so you may want to check those out. Also, my dears, I thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous July, and I hope to see you in the weeklies and dailies as well. Take care and be well.